In the bustling town of Oyo, people rave about the meal at a Mama Sidi spot, nestled at the corner of a dusty street. Sidi's small store wasn't much to look at, yet people traveled from surrounding villages just to taste a famous amala and ewedu soup. A stew was said to be perfectly seasoned and no other food could compare once you've tasted hers. Locals called her Mama Amala in admiration, and a line of customers stretched far down the street every day. Workers, students, and even respected elders eagerly gathered, regardless of how long they had to wait. Rumors spread that Sidi used special herbs and spices found only in remote parts of the forest, giving our meal a unique, also almost addictive taste. She was proud of her success and business was booming, yet her food's flavor wasn't its only secret. Amongst the regulars was a young woman named Folake. She had been dining at City Spot for months, savoring the food daily. However, over time, she noticed something strange. No matter where she ate or what dish she tried, nothing seemed to satisfy her like Sidi's amala. Meals she had once loved now tasted bland. Even her mother's stew, renowned in her family, left her unimpressed. A craving for Sidi's food grew stronger, almost as if she couldn't enjoy anything else. This mystery nagged at her. Folake couldn't understand why no other food pleased her. Determined to unravel the truth, she started observing Sidi's stall closely. She noticed how, after each customer finished eating, Sidi offered them a small bowl of water to rinse their hands, a common tradition. But something seemed odd about this water. It shimmered slightly, with an almost oily surface. Once, she even overheard Sidi's assistant whisper to a newcomer that they must use the water after eating or they wouldn't be fully satisfied. Suspicion gnawed at Folake, so she decided to do something no one else seems to have done. She didn't raise her hand. She wanted to see if there was a difference in how she felt. Surprisingly, for the first time in months, she felt somewhat satisfied. The amala tasted as usual, but when she got home, she managed to enjoy a simple meal her mother prepared. This small breakthrough strengthened her resolve to investigate further. The next day, she returned to City Store, watching closely as each customer obediently used the rinsing water after their meal. Many seemed dazed, almost in a trance, as they left, already talking about their next visit. She decided to take a suspicion to the town-known man of God, an elderly man named Baba Agbapiaka, fondly called Wuli Agba, known for his deep knowledge of spiritual things through the help of Holy Spirit. Folake told Wuli Agba the irresistible taste, the blandness of other foods, and the strange rinsing water. Wuli Agba listened intently, his expression growing darker as the story unfolded. "This is not just food, my daughter," Wuli Agba finally said. As Folake finished sharing her suspicions with Wuli Agba, took a deep breath, his eyes filled with concern. "Mama, see, the secret is dark indeed," he murmured. "From what you've told me, it sounds like Mama Sidi is using charms and enchantment to bind people to her food. That reason water is not ordinary. It is laced with a portion that keeps customers coming back, making them crave only her cooking and no satisfaction elsewhere. That is it, my daughter." Ayele. Shocked but determined, Folake decided it was time to confront Sidi. She gathered a few other customers who had noticed the strange cravings and asked them to meet her at the store that evening once the crowd had thinned. Together, they approached Mama Sidi, who looked up from her pot with a smirk, not the least bit surprised to see them. "Oh, my faithful customers! she said with a sly smile. You couldn't stay away, Abby, could you? Folake took a step forward, her voice steady. Mama Sidi, we know there is something unusual about your food. Why does everything else taste so bland once we've eaten here? And what is it in that raisin water you gave us? Mama Sidi's eyes darkened, but she kept a smile. Are you accusing me of wrongdoing? I only gave you what you crave. Folake didn't back down. This isn't just about food. We are being trapped, unable to enjoy anything else. It's as if our appetite had been stolen. At that, Sidi's smile faded, realizing she couldn't talk her way out. She straightened up, her face hardened. Fine, she said, voice low and cold. Yes, I use a charm, not to harm anyone. I did thought that you would always come back. I wanted my store to be the most successful in all Oyo, and I needed loyal customer to ensure that. The water you rinse your hands in contains a portion that binds you to my cooking, making everything else taste dull. The gathered crowd gasped, anger and horror flashing through their faces. Folake shook her head, heart pounding. How could you do this, Sidi? People trusted you. Sidi sighed, almost regretful. You will never understand. In this town, competition is fierce. Every seller wants to be on top. I just found a way to ensure it. The crowd began to murmur angrily. Some who had been feeling the effect of Sidi's food enchantment for years clenched their fists. They had been robbed of their simple joy of sharing meals with family, experiencing the flavor of home-cooked dishes, and even eating to their fill. Under the pressure of the furious crowd, Sidi's resolve finally crumbled. She dropped to her knee, her voice trembling as she spoke. I am sorry. I never meant to harm anyone. I only wanted to succeed. It's true. I used a potion, but I didn't think it would affect you all so deeply. Folake stepped forward, her gaze stern. Then, you need to reverse it, Mama Sidi. Free us from this curse, and maybe we will forgive you. Reluctantly, Sidi nodded. She rose, stretched for a bundle of herbs from beneath a counter, and muttered an incantation over a small bowl of water. She handed the bowl to Folake. Drink this, she said quietly, and share it with the others. It will break the hold my food has on you. Folake took a caution sip, then passed the bowl round. One by one, the customer drank, feeling a strange sensation washing over them, like a heavy fog lifting from their minds. A sense of relief flooded them as they realized the strange craving for Sidi's food was disappearing. It was as if their taste bud had been freed, and they could finally imagine enjoying the flavor of other foods again. As the last person drank, Sidi stood silently, watching them with a mixture of guilt and shame. I will pack up and leave, she said, her voice barely above a whisper. I don't deserve to be here. I've abused your trust. Folake nodded, but offered her a final word of advice. Perhaps you can start fresh somewhere else without these streets. Let people come to you because of the true quality of your food, not because of charms and deception. Even where there are competition, you can still stand out with your quality and uniqueness. Also, don't forget to be friendly, but wise too. Sidi nodded, tears streaming down her face. Without another word, she gathered her things and left the town, her footsteps fading down the rusty road. From that day on, the people of Oyo spoke of Mama Sidi as a cautionary tale, a reminder that not every food vendor is what they seem. They learn to appreciate the taste of food, not just with their mouth, but with trust. knowing that each meal will be free from hidden intentions. And as for Folake and the others, they savored their first home-cooked meals with new gratitude, finally free from the cravings that had once bound them. Thank you for watching today's episode. If you enjoy this tale and want to hear more, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Let's keep the spirit of storytelling alive together. Until next time, keep the stories close to your heart.